Well, and I would like to invite my colleagues to comment on this as well. Speaker McCarthy formed the Select Committee on China to elevate and inject with a sense of urgency the United States policy vis-a-vis the Chinese Communist Party, and to explain to the American people why this matters. Why should someone in Northeast Wisconsin care about the threat posed by the CCP or the fact that American citizens are being harassed on the streets of New York? It's our job to explain that. It's also our job to make sure that good ideas, good policy, and legislation, even in divided government, are advancing. And that's why we want it to be bipartisan. And in that spirit, I don't know, I invite my colleague, Richard Torres, to comment if you'd like to. On the committee from the Democrat perspective?
For me, the central challenge of our time is the strategic competition between the United States and the CCP. And it's not a single issue, it implicates every issue. And we have to ask ourselves, what kind of world do we want to live in? Do we want to live in a world that is led by the United States and governed by the rule of law and freedom? Or do you want to live in a world where you're subject to the surveillance of a government like the CCP? And I believe in the world order that we built because it has prevented 2 world wars, and it's given us the most productive and prosperous world we've ever known, and we should fight to keep it.
I just want to stress that this is a very, very bipartisan issue in Congress. In a divided government, we still have areas where we almost all of us agree right up and down the line. And nobody in Washington, no significant group in Washington, is opposed to doing something about China. And what Speaker McCarthy recognized was we weren't doing enough. And hence, he got Chairman Gallagher, put together a select committee that is seriously bipartisan and really works very well together to do exactly that, to counter this threat. It's going to be on many, many levels, and it's going to assume many, many characters. We've got a lot of work, and I look forward to helping.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. I think well, one, please let's talk after so I can get the details of the incident. I think it's up to us in Congress to conduct oversight of the executive branch. I'm on the Intel Committee as well. We do oversight of the FBI, so we want to make sure that we know the details of these cases and that we're productively pressuring the FBI to do their job. So you have my assurances that I'll raise it with Director Wray, and I think we can have a more productive path going forward. So thank you. Yes, sir. I haven't read that specific report, I apologize, but I will say, I think one area where the Select Committee needs to play a leading role is in educating our colleagues about the nature of CCP United Front work. As those of you here today, you understand it, right? It's this unique combination of intelligence operations and influence operations. It's what Xi Jinping calls a magic weapon. It's been there since the creation of the CCP. It's embedded in their DNA. Most of our colleagues aren't aware of what United Front work is, and they are targets of United Front work, sometimes unwittingly. So on the Select Committee on the CCP, we are going to take on the job of educating our colleagues about United Front work and making sure that nobody is being targeted by an organization that has a innocent sounding name like the Peaceful Reunification Committee, but actually reports directly to the United Front Work Department, which has thousands and thousands of people, many more than our own State Department, trying to undermine and subvert our democracy. Other questions? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate that. And obviously, the origins of America involve fleeing religious persecution. So we have a duty embedded in our Constitution to protect religious freedom. So thank you very much. Other question right there. Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm not sure I understand the question. I apologize.
哦，不用不用不用，这是
Okay, sure. Well, we're here to stand. We're here to stand with all of these groups. We're here to stand on behalf of human rights and do what we can in Congress to fight to make sure that the CCP isn't repressing communities on American soil. And so that's what today is all about. I can say, having come back from Taiwan, as I said before, a few days ago, they're feeling the pressure right now. They're feeling that ideological aggression. They're feeling that cognitive warfare. And so simply by standing up together and expressing our solidarity with these groups, I think we can send a strong signal to the CCP. So that is what today is all about. I thank you all for being here. I think we maybe have time for one more question.